Welcome to Tiny Tours. I'm Delia Everman, a docent at the Meadows Museum, and today I invite you to join me for a look at Portrait of a Lady with a Fan by Zacarías González Velázquez. Born in Madrid in 1763 into a family of painters and sculptors, Gonzlez Velzquez was educated at the San Fernando Royal Academy of Fine Arts, where his father was the director of painting. Like his contemporary Goya, Gonzlez Velázquez began his career painting tapestry cartoons at the Royal Tapestry Factory of Santa Barbara. He received commissions to paint frescoes at the Palace of El Pardo and the Casa del Labrador at La Granja, mainly of marine and mythological subjects. He was appointed court painter in 1802, and his long career in that position spanned the reigns of Carlos IV, Fernando VII, Joseph Bonaparte, and Fernando VII's restoration to the throne. After finishing another degree at the Royal Academy, he became Deputy Director of Painting. This appointment came in a difficult time, since the following year, Napoleon's troops invaded Spain and artistic production came nearly to a standstill. Unlike Goya, Gonzlez Velázquez avoided painting the Peninsular War and its destruction, dedicating himself during that period to painting religious works and portraits of members of high society and the court, both Spanish and French. The portrait that we have before us is one of the portraits from this period. It's oil on canvas, 21 3/4 by 17 3/4 inches. We don't know who the subject of this painting is, but the lady's gaze invites us to stop and talk. Since we can't ask her about herself, let's see what we can discern about her as we look at different aspects of the portrait. Gonzlez Velázquez has used his exceptional technical prowess to show us a lady of classic beauty posed before a neutral dark background so that nothing distracts us from her and her hypnotic gaze. Although the artist frequently painted French sitters, this woman's mantilla and fan indicate that she's a Spaniard. She's dressed as a maja, an Andalusian lady of a less wealthy stratum of society. But is she from a working class? Before Napoleon started his conquest of Europe, upper-class Spaniards had embraced French fashion. But as Napoleon approached, the Spaniards began to shift to what they saw as more typical Spanish style, so that even great ladies dressed in the style of street vendors or shop girls. But this is no shop girl. The fineness of the exquisitely rendered lace, her perfectly coiffed hair, and her large coral earrings identify her as a member of a privileged class. Did you wonder why the fan was closed? Fans are works of art in themselves, and often portrayed as such in portraits. It would have been normal to picture the fan at least partially open. Closed, and held as she holds it here, the fan directs our attention back to her face. But for centuries, ladies have used their fans not just to move air, but to communicate. A closed fan, held briefly to the temple, tells a man she's been thinking about him. The closed fan held below the lower lip tells him she would like to talk. Look at the position of the closed fan. I think it's obvious what she's saying. What do you think? Doesn't it make you wonder to whom she's sending this message? Thank you again for accompanying me for a brief look at Portrait of a Lady with a Fan. Plan to join us for more of the Meadows Museum's Tiny Tours.